Scene script. Have you ever pondered if time travelers have tampered with our history? Picture this. Time not as a straight line from past to future, but as a vast sprawling web of possibilities. This is the concept of time travel, a captivating idea that has enthralled humanity for centuries. It's a concept that has permeated every corner of our culture, from the written word to the silver screen, igniting our collective imagination with visions of what was, what is, and what could be. At its core, time travel is about the desire for control. It's about the ability to shape our own destiny, to right wrongs, to witness history firsthand, to leap into the future and bring back knowledge and technology. It's about the thrill of the unknown, the lure of the impossible, and the promise of adventure. But what if it's more than just a concept? What if it's a reality? This is where we delve into the heart of our discussion. The conspiracy theories that suggest time travelers have, in fact, altered our history. These theories propose a world where time travelers have quietly slipped in and out of our timeline, influencing events, shaping outcomes, and leaving behind subtle clues of their presence. They suggest that these temporal voyagers have the power to change the course of human history, from the rise and fall of empires to the minute details of everyday life. And if that's the case, it raises a host of questions. What changes have been made? Why were they made? What might our world look like if not for these interventions? And perhaps most importantly, who are these time travelers? These are the questions that we'll be exploring in this video, diving deep into some of the most intriguing and controversial theories about time travel and its potential impact on our history. And if such a thing were possible, wouldn't we find evidence of time travelers in our past? Well, stay tuned as we delve into the mystery of the time-traveling hipster, the enigma of the Philadelphia experiment, and the predictions of John Titor. The answers may just surprise you. Consider the time-traveling hipster, one of the earliest and most intriguing time travel conspiracies. A photograph from the 40s, an era of tailored suits and prim dresses, captures a man who seems grossly out of sync with his surroundings. He is casually dressed in modern apparels, a logo-emblazoned t-shirt, stylish sunglasses, and a portable camera hanging around his neck. This man, now commonly known as the time-traveling hipster, appears to be a stark anomaly in a sea of period clothing. This photograph, taken at the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia, has been the subject of intense debate and scrutiny. The man's appearance is so strikingly different that it has led many to speculate, could he be a time traveler? A man from the future who somehow found himself in the past? The image first gained notable attention in 2010 when it was featured in an exhibition at the Brawlorne Pioneer Museum. The photograph was then shared on the internet, sparking a wildfire of theories and discussions. Some people argued that the man's clothing and accessories were not available in the 40s, suggesting a possible rift in time. Others proposed that he was simply a trendsetter, a man ahead of his time, who dared to defy the fashion norms of his era. Keen to debunk the time travel theory, skeptics have pointed out that the hipster's attire was not entirely out of place for the time. The logo on his t-shirt could have been a sweater with a sewn-on emblem, a style not uncommon in the 40s. His sunglasses, though modern-looking, were in fact available during that era. And the portable camera, Kodak did produce pocket cameras as early as the 30s. So what is the truth behind the time-traveling hipster? Is he a visitor from the future, accidentally caught on film, or is he just an eccentric, an outlier in his own time who dared to be different? The debate continues to rage on, fueling the fires of conspiracy and intrigue. Could this be a time traveler lost in our past, or just an eccentric individual ahead of his time? Another tale that enthralls time travel enthusiasts is the Philadelphia experiment. This legendary event supposedly took place in the heart of World War II, in the year 1943. The central character in this narrative is none other than the USS Eldridge, a naval ship of the United States. Now, the story goes that the US Navy was conducting a top-secret experiment, aiming to render the Eldridge invisible to radar detection. But as the tale unwinds, this wasn't a simple case of camouflage or advanced stealth technology. No, the claims reach far beyond that. It's said that the Navy didn't just make the ship invisible, but they made it vanish completely, only for it to reappear later. But the story doesn't end there. Oh no, it takes another unexpected twist. Some say, when the Eldridge reappeared, certain crew members found themselves in a different timeline. Imagine that one moment you're on a ship in the middle of World War II, and the next, you're in an entirely different era. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel, doesn't it? Now, of course, this story has been met with a fair share of skepticism. Critics argue that the tale is nothing more than a product of overactive imaginations fueled by wartime paranoia. They point out that there's no concrete evidence to prove the event took place. On the other side of the coin, believers hold on to the mystery, citing various accounts and testimonies that support the theory. The Philadelphia Experiment has become a cornerstone in time travel lore, a tale that continues to captivate, perplex, and divide opinions. It's a story that sparks our curiosity, makes us question reality, and challenges our understanding of time itself. So we are left with a question that might never be definitively answered. Was the Philadelphia Experiment a clandestine time travel project, or simply a wartime myth? Whatever the answer may be, the allure of this enigma is undeniably irresistible. It's a tale that will continue to tantalize time travel enthusiasts for generations to come. Fast forward to the year 2000, we encounter the saga of John Titor. As we delve into the new millennium, the boundless frontier of the internet becomes the stage for a narrative that continues to baffle and intrigue us. Enter an individual identifying as John Titor, who emerged on various online forums with a story that was as audacious as it was captivating. Claiming to be a time traveler from the year 2036, Titor spun a tale that left us questioning the very fabric of our reality. John Titor's narrative wasn't just about his alleged travels through time, it was the predictions he made, the future events he foretold, that truly captured the public's attention. Some of these predictions were eerily accurate, while others never came to pass. Titor spoke of a future marred by strife and conflict. He foretold a devastating civil war in the United States beginning in 2004 and escalating into a full-blown nuclear conflict with Russia. Thankfully, this grim prophecy remains unfulfilled. Yet, Titor's predictions weren't all misses. He mentioned that the CERN laboratory would discover the basics of time travel, something that seemed far-fetched at the time. But in 2014, CERN scientists discovered the Higgs boson, also known as the God particle, a fundamental particle that could potentially open the door to understanding the very nature of space and time. Titor also described a world where people are more focused on community and family, a sentiment that has gained traction in recent years as societies grapple with the effects of technology and globalization. The story of John Titor is a fascinating blend of fact and fiction, a mix of accurate predictions and unfulfilled prophecies. It's an enigma that has led many to question its authenticity. Is John Titor a genuine time traveler or an elaborate internet hoax? That's a question that remains unanswered, a mystery that continues to fuel debates and inspire curiosity. It's a narrative that underscores our collective fascination with time travel and the tantalizing possibility of altering our own history. And as we stand on the precipice of the future, we must ask ourselves, have time travelers truly altered our history? Let's take a step back and look at what we've uncovered. We kicked off with the enigma of time travel, a concept that's both fascinating and mind-boggling. The idea that we could revisit past moments or leap into the future is a tantalizing proposition, and yet, despite the alluring possibilities, we have yet to find concrete evidence that such journeys are possible. Then we moved on to the curious case of the time-traveling hipster. This seemingly out-of-place figure in a historical photograph sparked a wave of speculation. Could he be a time traveler accidentally caught on camera? Or perhaps just an eccentric individual with a unique sense of style? The lack of definitive answers leaves us teetering on the edge of mystery. Next, we delved into the shadows of the Philadelphia Experiment. A warship allegedly vanished and reappeared, with stories of crew members suffering horrifying side effects. Was this the result of an audacious experiment in time travel, or merely a tale spun out of control? Without solid proof, the truth remains elusive. Finally, we examined the predictions of John Titor. A self-proclaimed time traveler, Titor made bold claims about the future, some of which appeared to come true. Still, the vagueness of his predictions and the absence of any verifiable identity make it hard to accept his story at face value. The takeaway here is not to blindly accept or reject these stories. Instead, we should consider them as intriguing narratives that challenge our understanding of time and history. They remind us that in the grand scheme of the universe, there's much we don't yet comprehend. Whether you believe in time travel or not, these stories compel us to question our understanding of time, history, and reality itself.